Hello and welcome. Lockdown is over and it's time to get everybody back to business. Get you back out there to the shops and do everything you can. Now, I need to do one quick thing. Hi, I'm Martin from FBR Broadcasting. This is the Lockdown Show, last one. It's actually going to be the last one. So I'm just like asking past people to come back, have a little chat, tell us how they got on, because we've been putting a few things out there for them. So why not? Let's get them on, find out how they got on with their what do you call it? Well, it's not really an ad. It was more of a call to action, especially for a lot of them that it's their first time of doing it. So I've sent a little message out saying, hey everybody, look, if you want to pop in the show, I know it's going to be busy, because believe it or not, lockdown is one of those weird ones. A lot hit the press today, which people actually thought we were not coming out of lockdown till tomorrow, but actually it's today. So it ended at midnight, basically, last night. Midnight's always one of those confusions, like midday. So I put 12 p.m., noon or something. I like to put that in when I'm doing my thumbnails and everything. And that takes me on to another thing that we're going to do today. Today is also about passing on what I was trying to do with all the people who came onto the show. So I actually gave me a little rundown, but wasn't telling anybody until now, which is some of the things that FBL Broadcasting can do is we can help you put a YouTube channel out there. We can help you keywords and stuff like that and explain how it all works and how it all fits together. So if you're interested, please check the link below. There is a contact us form. Fill that out and literally we'll get in contact with you and then start going through a few things. So biggest thing I suppose to talk about is, did you get any of those Black Friday deals or those Cyber Mondays? Now, if you're looking for a TV, I contacted Richard Sounds and was asking about a few things, and TVs are one of the biggest things selling at the moment. So obviously with the lockdown and with everything going on, if you're going to buy a TV, I strongly suggest you get on it now. Try and buy them now because they are selling out. And especially if you're after a Samsung, obviously Samsung seems to be the top of the range. I really recommend Samsung TVs, mainly because of their apps, really. But if you're looking for a TV, you make sure as well when you ask that it's 1080p, because a lot of them are saying it's HD, but it's only 720 on some of the TVs that they're trying to sell. So there's a little word of warning to you all out there. So do let us know in the comments how you're getting on, how you found lockdown as well. There's another one. Put in there what did you do? How was work? Did you get any alone time with your partner? Maybe there's a good one, because that's something where if you've got kids, I'm sure there's parents out there, you seriously will look at it and go, you know what? Finally, we haven't got the kids. We know they're at school. We know they're looked after and in a safe place, because as a parent, you worry. As always, you will worry. So why, you've got this time free. Well, not free. I know some of you, supposed to be working it. And if you're on furlough, again, you got some free time, and hopefully you're watching this show and you can comment and let us know how you're getting on. What did you do with your furlough time as well, or what are you doing with your furlough time, and what did you do with this lockdown? Did you have to go into work? Let us know there as well. Even if you're watching this on the replay, please let us know in the comments, because we do reply back. We always do. And oh look, we've got one of our first people popping back. It's Richard from the Aylesbury Wombles. I'll come back to all that other stuff about the furlough. Let's see if we can get him up. Oh, I haven't added him. Here we go. Hello, Richard. How are you doing?
Hello, Martin. I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. You look better. You sound better. So you had COVID, didn't you, when we spoke last?
I did, yeah. Yeah, I did have COVID when we spoke, yeah. I certainly did.
How was that? How was getting through it? I mean, obviously, and thank the Lord that you didn't have to need hospital help.
No, it's not very nice. Let's put it that way. It's the breathing. I still struggle a little bit with breath now, but it was mainly going up and down the stairs, being out of breath. That really quite painful. Yeah,
I get that without that, to be fair. So yeah, I mean, I haven't really spoke to anybody really who's had COVID. It's kind of one of those things where I know of somebody who has died or it's been recorded as COVID. There seems to be a lot about that, about how it gets recorded.
Well, I lost a work colleague last week because of COVID, died in hospital last Friday, which was quite upsetting.
Did they have any ailments or anything like that?
They had underlying health issues, but it was COVID that got them. So they got positive COVID, went into hospital, COVID, on the ventilator, then induced coma, and then died.
Sorry to hear, mate. I am so sorry. I mean, again, that goes out to all the families out there, especially all the families out there, and obviously your friend's family, or colleague's family. It is. I mean, there is a lot going on, obviously, in the chat behind the scenes in regarding COVID and what it is and how it works and how, is it COVID that's actually killing people? Because if you look at the ONS, you've got to look at things like how many people died last year. I had this little chat with my son, actually, when we was out for a walk, and he was saying, is COVID, is killing all these people? And I was like, well, sometimes you've got to look at, did they have an underlying condition? Was it COVID that killed them? And with the ONS, for instance, is it actually kind of like saving lives? Because technically this time last year, 500,000 people died of whatever ailment, I mean, you got to think it with lockdown, there's, people aren't going up trees or crossing roads or doing anything. So, have only 300,000 died, for instance, of COVID. So again, it's not one of those nice things because you don't really kind of, when things happen to people and it's part of life, as they say, COVID isn't really part of life in that sort of sense, is it? It's something that's just come out. It's a virus that, could be sorted. I mean, Centevax is one of those things I always bang on about. That should really be in the hospitals, or Regeneron's thing as well, which is a 20-minute cure for COVID. It is a weird one. It's just, well, again, it's a shame. Any idea, actually, sorry, I just had this question. Any idea how they caught it?
Who? What? The person from work?
Yeah.
I think they caught it from work because that's where I think I got it from. So.
And what is it that you do?
I'm a bus driver. So we both do. The people that have got it from work are the bus drivers that do the school runs, because on the school buses there's no rules as such. So like on a normal bus is a double decker's 35 maximum, where on a school bus is up to whatever the seating is. So it could be up to 70, 80 kids you could have on.
But they're all wearing masks when they get on.
They're all wearing masks, but do the masks really work? I don't know. My daughter had it. My daughter went back to school on Monday. She was sat next to somebody that then tested positive Monday night, and then now she's self-isolating again for another 2 weeks.
See, this is another thing. If somebody, I mean,
crazy.
It goes to Boris. I mean, I'll explain to a few people. If technically, do you remember did you ever watch Friends? The series?
No.
Oh,
I know of it. My daughter and my wife are mad on it. They're mad on it, but
isn't that what you?
I know about it.
Over. Isn't it what you do? You pull over, and then you watch a clip, and then it's like, yeah, I can be late by 5, but it's only a bus. Is that not what you do? Catch up on a bit of a TV show?
Yeah, all the time.
but no, there was an episode there where I think it's called the 7 Degrees of People. So it's how many people you're linked to, or basically one of the characters he has a girlfriend. They have not split, having a break in their relationship, and then he basically has his wicked way with a young lady from the printing shop, and then it's how it gets backed. It's like, well, such and such knows this person, that person knows that person, that person knows that person, and that's how she's going to find out. And it's like it's the same with COVID. You got to think, if you technically, when one person gets it, everybody should self-isolate for 2 weeks because it spreads to that person. But again, I suppose that's what lockdown's all about, really, in a way. But like you say, you've got work, so you can't have lockdown and work and school, because really they're quite kind of big things that spread it as well. So I find that really weird. The government. What's your take on that?
Do you know what? I think it's so many. I'm really confused about what you can and can't do. That's where I get confused, and about this tier system. I think it's a load of rubbish. Because I was a chef. I was a chef for 26 years before I became a bus driver. So I've worked in the hospitality industry, and I like to go to the pub. Who doesn't? And I got a lot of mates, and I've got a lot of mates a lot of friends of mine that run pubs and are still in the industry, and I just feel so sorry for them. And one of the safest places I've been into since all this kicked off is a pub. I don't feel if you go to a supermarket or a shop, you don't. People are crossing over you. The bumping into you and all sorts, leaning over you to get to the beans and whatever. But in a pub, you have to sit down. When you get up to go to the toilet, you've got to have a mask. They've got a one-way system. You've got to sign in a book before you can go in. Right. I think it's a lot safer to be in a pub, and I just think that they're getting an absolute kick in the knackers at the minute, and I just don't think that's right. But I just don't think. I think Boris did really well at the start, sort of March time, but now I think he's completely lost the plot. I just think he's getting so many different things from all over the place. He doesn't know what he's doing, to be honest.
That's a good point, I suppose. I mean, so I like to, forget about the different parties and stuff. I always like to think about what that person's in that position and how I would deal with it differently, but in a fair way. And you got to ask yourself, if there's a lot of people, getting involved and explaining to you, this and there's that, and if you do that, you could get too much information that some of it's not relevant and some of it's overcautious, some of it's not cautious enough, and you've got to make a decision. But then again, you applied for the job. That's what you get, isn't it? It's like what I did.
I know. Yeah, I get that, but I think it's just so many rules and different rules, and the rules keep changing, and it's just hard to keep up with. And I just, I think a lot of it should be left to common sense, but there's a lot of people out there that don't have common sense. So let's go to the littering. People shouldn't litter, but they do. People don't use a bin, but they do. But common sense tells you have to put stuff into a bin, but they don't. So people don't have common sense. So for COVID, it's exactly the same.
It's a good point there. To me, I'm saying just use your common sense. I mean, Boris has actually said that in one of his press conferences. Yeah. Just use your common sense. But then again, you've got people out there who just don't care, who just whatever. But I just want to quickly bring it up. So you did say, actually, if I click the right button as well. So what do we do? We're in what? We're in high, aren't we? So
no, I mean, tier 2, whatever that is now.
That's high. Tier
that's 2. High, is it?
Yeah. So basically, everybody in there. I think I might have it here. Let's have a scroll down. Look at me with all my. Now I've got the other screen up. But I think it's here. There should be a map, unless. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, actually, that's changed. That's changed from I think yesterday or the day before. So hang on. Yeah. No. This was all yellow.
Right.
All here. It was yellow. This was with the mayor on Monday. I'm sure if he looked at this. So they've actually changed.
Yeah, he didn't have his t-shirt on, but I got mine on. Look. See? Didn't have his t-shirt on. I got mine on.
Let me get the big screen in there. Show us that again. Hang on. I'm gonna remove my.
See? There we go. Mr. Mayor, where's yours, eh? Come on. You can come back now, Martin. I've showed off my t-shirt.
Do you know what? It's really, you've got to click all. I can't wait to get a load of staff in, as in, the lockdown stuff and stuff's finished. So I can actually broadcast without having to worry about doing all the tech. I can throw something at them and say, "Oi, that's not coming up on the screen. Let's bring it up." So one of these things I want to do as well is I want to take it to a pub that I know, really great landlady. Actually, I want to do a show from a pub with a band and all that, and people can come on and we chat and we have a laugh, and obviously lockdown's just thrown that well out the window, but just something where I can get people on, guests on, and have a proper talk show, rather than just doing it all remotely. And also we can have a pint. So that would be nice. So
say no to a pint.
Yeah, well, there we go. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to bring this back up like this. I'll make sure you get at least one of the first invites. How's that?
Excellent. Yeah, pint of Guinness on the bar though. Yeah.
Mate, at least I can do for you. That's not an issue. Especially after you made me walk up. Well, you didn't.
And a Scotch egg.
Scotch egg. Oh yeah, you got to have that was in the press, wasn't it? Wasn't that last time Scotch egg was a
No, it was this time Scotch egg, wasn't it?
It is this time, is it? Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it was a pack of crisps last time, wasn't it? As long as you had a pack
Yeah,
of crisps.
there was a pub in where was it? I was reading on Twitter. I can't remember where it was. I think it was over Tringway, and they put on there about the substantial meals. And obviously, what I was reading on their tweet, they don't do food. I think they're a wet lead pub, and basically they were saying that you can order your food at the bar, but it will take a long time to come out. Could take up to 3 hours. Will be longer at weekends. Please, the service on the food is shambolic. Basically, we're not doing food, but we're going to open.
Yeah. Maybe you should have said that live on air.
Yeah, I didn't tell you the pub, did I?
No, you didn't. Or the police, or the what do they call them? The officers for the COVID or whatever. I don't know now, but they're probably out there now, searching.
That's it, yeah. Where are you? Here we go on Twitter.
We'll find you. We will find you. Nielsen style. There was a thing I'm quickly go on to, if you don't mind, and it's obviously about the Wombles. So anyway, first things first, let's cover this off. The bin had been removed. They'd put wood chippings down. I got caught in the rain and soaked, by the way. Thank you to Ed as well. Maybe on later. Yeah, thanks. That's all right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I had to quickly get back as well because I had to go somewhere else and sorts things out. But so that was good news. The bin's gone, isn't it? So
bin's gone. The litter had been sort of collected, but then that picture you sent me had a trolley in it.
Yeah, it did.
So obviously I was in isolation. I couldn't go out till last Tuesday.
Yeah.
So one of the first places I visited was the Aldi, and guess what was still there?
No.
The trolley, right? So I thought I'm not gonna move it. I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah.
So I retweeted it and I said, "Look, the trolley's been there for a week. Please, can you move it?" Just to be a bit of a, I was going to use a rude word there. To be a pain in the backside, right? I just thought I'm just going to sort of, because that's what I like to do. I like to be a thorn in their side. Yeah. So retweeted it. Anyway, so last Friday they tweeted me back. So that's 4 days it took them to get back to me, and said they would remove it. Listen to this. This is brilliant. They would move it at their convenience, right? So it'd been there 10 days. They would remove it at their convenience.
Who are we talking about?
So Aldi said this, tweeted me and said, they tweeted me back and said, we will remove that trolley at our convenience, right? So I don't think that they quite understood the meaning of the word. So I said, well, I will come down at my convenience and clear and remove it for you. So, which I did on Sunday morning. So it'd been there 12 days. I went down there and removed. Well, me and Gary, the water womble, we went down there and we removed the trolley. And in 15 minutes, we picked up another bag of litter just in that little area. And then I retweeted them since a few things, saying, "Oh, you're welcome. I've done it for you at your convenience, all this kind of stuff." So I also went to Sainsbury's to check to the fly tipping had gone, and that had gone. But I still collected another 2 bags of litter there in 20 minutes. Again, they had another tweet, but never had another one. I never had a reply on that one. They don't like replying. And then me and Water Womble, we went down to the brook underneath the Oxford Road on Sunday.
There's a very sad thing here you're going to tell me about, isn't there? Because that was one of the questions I was about to ask.
No, it wasn't. I know what you're going to say. We went down there. The cats had nothing to do with us.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, so we went down to there underneath the bridge, and we cleared 12 bags, I think. 12 bags. We had a kid's quad bike, a tricycle. What else did we have? We had a big banner that was out of date last year. One of these banners for Slimming World, I think it was. But it was for an event that was 2019. It was dumped in the brook. So we had a good clear up, but we need to go back there and do some more. So, so that's where we're at the minute. But that's where we're at with Aldi. I know what you're going to say about the cats. That wasn't us. That was another litter picking group in London that litter pick along the Grand Union Canal, the London part.
Oh, okay.
And I follow them on Facebook, and obviously I read the story, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to share that. And I've had loads of people ask me what happened to the cats, but I haven't a clue. And I've had people ask me whether they can adopt the cats. I'm like, well, I don't know. It's nothing to do with me.
I just passing it on.
I'm just passing on the news.
It is strange, isn't it, in this day and age that people are still. I mean, in case you don't know out there, people, this is one of those horrible stories, and I've never understood it. You know, for many.
And you're a cat lover as well, aren't you?
I'm a cat lover. Oh, to be fair, I'm an animal lover. Love animals more than people, I suppose, in one way. But excuse me. It's how many was there? 8, 9?
6, I think.
Was it 6? 6 cats put in a bag and thrown in. Were they thrown in the
thrown
canal?
in a canal? And then a litter picking group went along, obviously pulled this bag out because they just saw it as a bag with, I don't know, bottles or cans or whatever in it. I pulled it out, looked inside, and there was these 6 cats still alive in the bag. I did read another thing on Facebook from that group that said 2 of the cats were in quite a bad way, and 4 were okay, but they went to a vet, as far as I know, and that's as much news as I know.
Well, maybe you can give us an update on that and contact you.
I'll try and find out.
I mean, I still can't believe people are doing that to this day.
No, yeah, I mean, that's what horrified me.
To basically drown them. I mean, they've just literally got them and thrown them, haven't they? Got the bag,
just in the bag.
And I mean, it's also to find something like that. I mean, I would be distressed, you know, girlies blouse that I am. Seriously, to find that, I would be really upset. I would be furious. I mean, there would probably
we're always having a bit of a laugh and a joke about, you know, one day we're going to go into a bush and find a body. We always laugh and joke about that, and it will. You know, we have found we did have a doll's hand that was sticking out of the mud, sort of like, you know, like a fist. And when you first looked at it, you're like, oh my god! I don't think I said oh my god. I think it was a bit more expletives than that. And then at a closer look, it was a doll that had been buried with their hand sticking up. Yeah. But yeah, we're always. I know I shouldn't joke about it, but we're always joking that one day we're going to find the body.
Well, yeah, so, there is. I mean, there is an increase in a lot of violence in the Aylesbury area. I mean, there's been a lot of shootings and stabbings and stuff, or whatever.
Yeah,
it's starting to get sad. You know, it's becoming like that American sort of scenario. When I worked in the city, I was a guy who became director, sort of thing. He was from America. And I mean, something had happened in London, you know, it was front page, somebody being stabbed or something. And literally, you know, the people who lived in that area who I knew, they were like, oh man, this has happened. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty bad. He walks past and he literally looked at it and went, what? And I went, that's stabbing. And he went, and that's front page? He goes, where I come from, that would not even reach the paper. That's just nothing. It was like,
yeah.
He goes, shootings. He goes, they don't make front page. You know when you sit there and you're just like, what? Yeah. Seriously?
I know.
But you know, I've got family in Boston, in Massachusetts. You know, I like when I go to a country to enjoy that country the way it's supposed to. You know, I mean, as if I lived there. Scenario. You know, I'm not really a sun lover, as in, I mean, especially with this white pasty skin I have. It's sitting on the beach is not really my sort of thing. I'll do it if I have to, you know, lay there and sunbathe if told to. But you know, I'd rather get on a jet ski or go out and quad bike or with battery powered machines if Ed's watching. But you know, it's one of the things you get to know, like why they all have. Simit, hi Simit, nice of you to join us. It's just one of those things I like to just get to know. I went to Greece once and went, you know, walking off into the hills sort of thing and met some locals. Did it in Dominican Republic, went for a horse trail. It was quite funny. It started to rain before me and the person went out there, and they were like, "Oh, are you sure you want to go, you know, take a horse out?" Because it's raining, and we were like, man, this ain't rain. This is no. It was like having a warm shower. It was like a little treacle of water that was warm. Yeah, it was like, no, we'll be fine. We got out there. I mean, it cleared up within an hour, and then we was out, not mountains, but out in the countryside and all that lot, and meeting locals. And I find that far more rewarding than just walking around a campus or holiday area, which is, yes, you're on holiday, but you can have all your English breakfast. You can have, don't get me wrong, I love my English breakfast and all that lot, but it's a bit like, now I want to do what the locals do and hopefully not get a bad tummy and stuff like that. So is that what you're like when you're on holiday, or are you?
I'm a local. Oh, yeah, I like to, well, we like to, not a beach holiday. No, we done one a couple of years ago. It was blooming awful, all inclusive job, and it was never again. I lasted about 4 days, and then I had to go for a walk, and then it was in Spain, Gran Canaria, and then I had to go for a walk, and then I found a tapas bar and had all the tapas and local beer, and it was lovely. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing this again. Salzburg, we love, especially in January when it's snowing. We had a great touch a few years ago. Me and my wife went over there for a weekend, and it's snowing, and we didn't realise it was, obviously that's where Mozart's from, and they had a big street festival going on, all this music playing, not classical music, all different types of music, and big parade through the town centre. It was magic. It was all the snow coming down. It was magic. Yeah, it was really magic. And we did the Sound of Music tour, because obviously that's where all that was filmed. What else did we do? We went went into Germany, and we went down a German salt mine, the Eagle's Nest, Hitler's summer house. Yeah, we went to see that. Well, you can't go and see it, but you can see it on the hill, kind of thing.
There was a series I was watching. I think they went there as well. What was Jack? Is it Whitehall and his dad? I think they went.
Right.
There.
Okay.
I don't know if you watched that, Jack Whitehall or whatever, but that was they went somewhere like that, and just to go check it all out. But
New York, we went to New York. Been to New York. We were on top of the Twin Towers 2 weeks before they got hit by the aeroplanes on September the 11th. We flew back the week before. We flew back on the 4th of September.
Wow.
2001, and the week before that we were on top of the Twin Towers. Yeah. So my mum and dad went to New Orleans, and then 3 weeks later, Hurricane Katrina hit. So we don't go to America anymore.
So I was going to say, you just let me know, right, before you go on holiday anywhere, because I don't want to go there. I'm serious to get to stay well away, because obviously wherever you go,
I know,
follows.
Major disasters.
I've got Richard's itinerary of where he's going on holiday this year, so we're not going to be going here and here. Or if we're going to do it, we've got to do it before he goes. To be fair, just in case.
Yeah, well, we go to Ireland a lot. We go to Southern Ireland now a lot. So we go at least once a year to Southern Ireland, because my wife's family are all Irish. So we go out there for a couple of weeks and drink loads of Guinness and have a great time. I
love Ireland. My dad was from Galway, so that's where the family.
Right, okay, Galway's beautiful. Yeah, some of the best fish I've ever had was in Galway. Lovely town.
So I miss out because I don't like seafood. But
okay.
I mean, even out there, it's just the people. It's all nice. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have issues when people say, for instance, like you say, Southern Ireland, it's the Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland. It's like, it's there is a bit of a difference there, but just the way that they are. There's a road. It's the main road that basically goes through Ireland, and I will say this to a few friends, especially if they go out there. I said, you'll go along it, and then there's a big steep bend. But the funniest thing is that you'll see, I can't remember if it's on the way there or the way, but I think it's both either there or coming back. It's got slow, as in obviously the bend's coming, so slow, big, right? And then you get closer to the bend, like, a couple of 100 yards up, and then it says slower. And I think that is one of the best. So that is like they thought about that. It's like, do you know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Paddy? I'm gonna put slower in because they're going too fast. It's just like literally, I was going. And like, do you know what? I slow down. It's like that they put these down back in the 50s, this sign, and you know, cars now.
But they still, the lifestyle out there is so slow anyway.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
You know,
it's just
they don't need to write down on the floor.
Quick question. Here we go. As I throw it in there, how did you? By the way, hi Simit. If you've got a question, let us know. Thanks, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you can. So we did your very first advert, really. I would say call to action to join the Wombles. Did you get anything come by? Anybody say, "Oh, I saw this on FBL," or "I saw your tweet," or whatever that I threw it all out on? Was there?
Do you want me to be brutally honest?
Yeah, be brutally honest.
No.
Cool. That's fine. Showdown. Send the broadcast. No, it's fine. It takes time. So what I was actually
it does take time. But we haven't done any group meeting. We got our first group litter pick this weekend after being in lockdown. So hopefully people will start saying that they've seen us on your wonderful channel.
Yeah, they will. What will happen is people. So you had 16 views on that. That doesn't mean it was. I mean, that's just who've come to YouTube. So that's what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at the data. So one of the biggest things about this show today is to actually see how much you've shared it, because on your channels and whether those people have shared it. So I can look at lots of information. So this is one where we can have a little gander at. So the first one up to the pew, as they say. So explaining to people how, you know, YouTube, I mean, it's the second biggest search engine out there, Google being the first. I mean, I should have asked you that question, see if you remember from what I said before. So really, a lot of people, if I scroll down, this is where it all begins. Now, this is the start. Now, it's not going to show me on here because I haven't loaded a thing that I use, which is called vidIQ. Now, these are all my stats that come in that tell me, you know, how much, if I put an advert in, how much per, like, basically 1,000 people who watch. I mean, this is what everybody gets. I mean, this is something, you know, you can use to, you know, if you do content and you put it on YouTube, you could actually use it to help fund the Wombles, for instance. I know it doesn't sound like much, like $4.85, but, you know, that's $4.85 you didn't get before. But that's per 1,000. And I think you would get lots of people following, you know, as you start to build up even more. And then you'll start doing some funny content, which will go out there. And, you know, litter picking, I can see that literally being like, you know, we found that can you found. What was it? That old, was it a Coke? No, Vimto can.
No, it wasn't us again. That was another litter picking group. I helped investigate how old it was.
Yeah.
I've done a bit of research on the old cans because with the can recycling thing that we do. So I gave them some sort of knowledge on that, and we scaled. I got my dates a little bit wrong, but we scaled it down to the early 70s.
Still amazing, isn't it? That you're finding a can from that far gone.
Nearly 50 years old. And you saw the picture of the can. I showed you the picture of the can, and it looks retro, but it looks new as well. So just shows that they don't rot, and
they don't do that. It's metal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or aluminium, or whatever it was. What was it?
But aluminium can be used, you know, infinite times. It can be used again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So, you know, about the recycling as well. The same. I know I had Ed on last time with me.
That's right.
But I think I'm right in saying that when you recycle cans, as in drinks cans, aluminium, you can make. It takes the same amount of power, energy to make 4 recycled cans as it does to make 1 new can. So it is better to recycle just from a carbon footprint point of view as well, from the amount of energy that we use. All
right. So does it take? So a new can takes 4 times as much as a recycled one.
Yes, yeah. So you can make for one new can, you can recycle 4 cans.
Okay.
And make the same amount of energy.
You see, so yeah, that's, you know, like from an education point of view, for you, for instance, if you was to chop up the show a little bit, and you could actually put that sort of like, hear the stats that you should know, and you know, people would find that, and schools especially, and people who are part of any recycling, they would share that, and obviously put adverts on it will do quite well. So if we quickly go back to this as well. So yeah, these are my stats. I can like here, for instance, people might go, oh, your video average is dropped by 52.4%. It all depends on the length of your videos. If you, like me, I do lots of 2-hour videos and stuff, and obviously must bore a lot of people because they only stay 4.6% of the time. But actually snip it in 2-3 minutes. I mean, up to 8 minutes, you can put adverts in between, for instance, 4 minutes in if you want. But that to me is trying, that's why I do a 2-hour show, is I then snip that down like I did with your ad, and then I throw that out, you see. But if you look at my watch, my watch time is up 12.9%, and I've got 42,000 views. So do you see that it takes time? I've been doing this since March, April, whatever. Yeah. But that's only on YouTube. I've obviously been on Facebook and all the other things. So, but going back to your channel, so sorry, vidIQ, actually, they've got a little thing here. So think of a keyword. So if we put recycle, I would recommend in the link as well, if you're in the description, if you're interested in this sort of thing, you can actually look at how many times it actually gets searched and what its sort of rate is. So let's just click this. I don't know if you can, you can obviously see it. There we go. Bring it up. So you can see the search engine per month, 27,932. So by just putting that in, when people type it in, your video could be populated.
Oh, okay.
It can be seen, which obviously for you, I mean, you could do weekly updates or monthly updates where you do a lot of video in, literally use your smartphone. You don't need a big camera. You don't need, like when I say to a few people, literally use your smartphone. Don't worry about it. And they're like, why? I'm like, it's a 4, you've got a 4K camera here. Yeah, you just hook this up to your PC, download the content, and then splice it, do what you want. You don't have to be, Spielberg or anything. Just cut this, that. Like for you, I would suggest when you do different areas, video a bit before, a bit after, and then chop them up, put them all together. Yeah, make it nice if you want or not. And then literally put that out there for people to see, and then people will watch. They'll be like, oh, I know that area. Like in the keyword, you could put, for instance, let's try South Court, because also people who are buying a house, for instance, might research looking at that area, and they'll go, oh, okay, look, it's just south. Oh, it would help if I put South Court, wouldn't it? There we go. I mean, obviously South Court, Aylesbury, but nobody seems to be searching it, we think. But here's another little trick. You ready for this one? You're going to love this. Little tip this is. Right? If we put South Court in to the biggest search engine in the world, it comes up, it picks up South Court straight away. It would be quite interesting. But if we put, look, South Court, Aylesbury crime, you can start looking at things and start to see what's top of the search criteria. So if we put South Court recycle, maybe. See, Google's starting to pre-fill it in. Starting to say, look, well, you've got that, so it must be recycling. And then it'll just obviously start going through bins and waste collection. Do you see? You can put that in. You can find out stuff and literally end up having locking down the keywords. So now what I will do here is I will go in and let's just say, right, let's have a look at the keywords I've put in here. Now, when you've got vidIQ loaded, yeah, and I got to admit, the vidIQ guys are really cool, by the way. Definitely worth looking at them on Twitter, people. Honestly, they review shows as well. They review channels, I should say, on their show. It's fantastic what they do and how they do it. But it would usually give you a score. Now, again, I haven't loaded the thing on. It's on my main PC. But it'll tell you where these rank. So where before, if we did... now, I'll have to use another... Let me just put this up. Let's go to Bing. Type in... Now, because I use this, so really, actually, here's a little trick. Now, what I do, you'll love this. New window. Let's make it private. Yeah, so we'll go dark. I'm not going to the dark net, though. Don't worry, people. Keeping it safe. Yeah. So if we type in FBL, you can see how it's kind of, remember, I've already put some stuff in, but I can put in FBL. Let's just put FBL in. It will start to try. You shouldn't really hold that. But you can start to see where you start to come up in the search area. You know, you want to be on the top. Now, if I went to FBL, well, let's just do YouTube. Click there. No thanks. I agree. You liking this or not?
It's all double Dutch to me.
It is. Well, again, rewatch the show. Have a look. And Smit. Oh, sorry, Smit. I said Smit. Smit. If you're getting value from this, let me know as well. Do you see what's come up second?
No, I can't see it. Sorry.
Well, it comes up. FBL Broadcasting comes up second. Usually, I've actually been first. But that's through the content that I do, the keywords and phrases that I use. By using all that, and you know, when you say, "Oh, just put it up on YouTube," now I've spent like 2 hours just in research and working things out and trying to. But that's how these things start to happen. And I mean, that vidIQ would tell me. This is what I was talking about previously to somebody. I can't remember who it is, who I was speaking to, but it come up at number 1. I was like, now FBL is just literally 3 characters, which is, you know, I don't expect that to come anywhere in that list, and then it's coming out first or second, which is a bit like, woo. But for you want to be coming up on top on recycling, you know, keep Britain tidy and stuff like that, and you can start to earn stuff, and then hopefully tag that all into sponsorship. So those carts that you use that have been given to you, have they been given or are they hired out?
We've been made a brand ambassador of a company that makes them, so they've given us a cart.
Oh, okay.
But we want to get these carts, but they're 130 odd pounds each. They're a lot of money, but they make life so much easier. So
what I would do there is start to advertise. See if you can put a board on it, and then companies can advertise their stuff on it, because as you walk around, people do actually spot you in your high vis and everything, and they will say, you know, sponsored by, let's say, sponsored by FBL Broadcasting, helping keep Britain tidy.
Well, you're going to sponsor one?
I can do at some point when I got when we finally start earning. But what I mean by it is not just for one. I'm talking about don't just say that they buy it and then they permanently get on there. Advertise that space. You're walking around, so local companies can actually start looking at you as an advertiser, a moving advertising board. That's what I would recommend. You know, whether you want to go down that line or not, but I'm just giving you options. But then you can feed things back into YouTube and your Twitter, your Facebook. Thanks to, you know, FBL Broadcasting for sponsoring this, or, you know, I don't want to tell any other companies whatever names are out there, but you can start to build up that thing where people start to say, well, do you know what? I actually want to, because they can also put on their website, you see. So imagine, let's say I sponsor one of your carts. You know, we proudly sponsor, you know, Ellsbury Wombles, who you know, help keep, you know, the Buckinghamshire area tidy, and you know, it just starts to build from there. You can start to, hopefully, you know, you never know, have so much that you, I don't know, start building, start buying your own recycling machine that, you know, you can throw everything in, compact it in, and sell that. But I don't know how much you want to go into detail in that sort of area, but how does that sound with all those sort of options just thrown at you?
We've got sponsorship, as it were, off of the town council. Brought a load of kit for us. Morrison sponsor the Wombalettes, our little children, so they brought all little high-vis jackets and little litter pickers for those. But it's these carts, and once we get the carts, I think we're pretty much there. I'd like to get my car sponsored. I've got an old car that I've put back on the road. That I call it the Womble Wagon. So the where it only gets used for, or takes me to work, and then it gets used for putting all like the Womble stuff on, shifting rubbish around, moving cans about, putting all the kit into it, and all that kind of stuff. So it's proper minging inside. I was going to say, but it'd be nice to have a van, wouldn't it, or something? You know, like a. Yeah, I did contemplate, but it's an estate car, and it's done 208,000 miles. It's never let me down. It's never missed a heartbeat. I've had it since it was 40,000 miles. I don't want to let it go. I don't want it turned into tin cans. There's nothing wrong with it. I get it regularly serviced. It
Good point,
passes its MOT. Why do I want to get rid of it? Yeah, it's minging, it's manky. You wouldn't go on holiday in it, or you wouldn't drive the mother-in-law around in it, which I have done, by the way. It's not one for, showing off and whatnot. But it's perfect for what we need it to be. And to get that sponsored would be quite cool. Having company names written on the side. And we have talked about it. But obviously, with all the current economic climate and everything else, I'm conscious that a lot of people don't have a lot of money. So, and I'd like it to be. I know we got Morrison's on board sponsoring the kids stuff, but they approached us. We didn't approach them.
No, it's better that they approach.
I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be little businesses. Like little independent. I love independent. Me personally, I love little independent businesses. And that would be great if they, even if it was 50 quid for the door, they had their name plastered across the door, and it was £100 for the bonnet, £100 for the boot. I don't know. I'm just putting out. That's the ideas we've talked about. Is trying to get the Womble wagon. If we could get the insurance paid on the Womble wagon, that would be great. Everything else, I'm happy to pay, but it's just insurance. Yeah. If I can get the insurance paid yearly, that'd be wonderful.
That's what I mean, but the bit like advertising a monthly premium to people. It's a bit like if they want to advertise. Don't just say, it's £100 and then they're permanently on there.
Yeah.
Try and make it so that you can change that. So companies
£100 for the year, and if you don't renew it next year, it comes off.
Yeah, exactly. I spoke to a what was it, last year? I think it was. My son's school's calling me. That's not good. I might just have to take that. It's one of those things where you literally go, the money is, you need to survive. You need things to get on, don't you? You need to keep it going. And you need the money. Yeah,
we don't. To be fair, we don't need a lot of money ourselves as such. It's basically the startup cost for us is expensive because we're not using cheap, crappy litter pickers. We're using proper, good litter pickers, and these things are 12, 13, 14 £14 each. And when you need 50 of them, that's £800. These carts are going to make a massive difference to us. They're going to make a huge difference. So they're £130 each. But once we get a few of those on board, it's going to make our life so much easier because we can recycle and pick up other crap as well at the same time. You get what I mean? And it just saves all that hassle. We can do it on the go. They're great and they're really sturdy. And this company sent us one, and I test drove it last week, if that's the right term. This week I've given it to Roger, who's our superstar. He's 80 years old, Roger. He's amazing. And I've lent it to him to try and make his life a bit easier. So he goes out every day and he collects. Last week he got 11 bags. Couple of weeks ago he ended up with 30 bags. I had to go and get the work van. I had to go and get the van from work to go and pick them up. He got all these bags, 30 of them. And he's 80. This bloke's 80 years old. And he tries and walks 8 to 10 kilometers a day. And which he's been doing. And then since he's been joining us now, he can't do it without his litter picker. So now he litter picks while he's doing 8 to 10 kilometers a day.
Welcome, Deanna, by the way.
Yeah. Hello, Deanna.
She's brilliant. So
I've missed half of the podcast. I have no idea what's going on, but we're quiet now, so I'll say hi.
I don't even know what's going on, Deanna. He doesn't know what's going on either, so don't worry about it.
Hang on one second. Can you two just quickly talk? Oh, I missed it. I was going to say, I have my son's school calling, and I need to answer that, but they just rung off. But if it does it again, I might need you two to host a show while I quickly find out.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll be like Holly and Phil.
Yes, I bet I know what's going on.
What's this?
School sent 2 of the years home.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. Not our year, thankfully, but.
Oh, okay. So Do I need to?
It might be worth answering. Yeah.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't rung back. They've run. It's just one of those. Can you do us a favour? Can you? It's calling now. Hang on. Let me just put it on silent. But oh, hang on. Oh, you know when you get that bit where it's like, touch this number. I'm sure they'll phone back. That's fine if they don't. But yeah. Quick question. I keep on using that quick question. I think that's my new word or new sentence, really. So you have, what is it? How many carts do you have at the moment, Richard?
One.
Just one.
And
how much are they each?
They're 130 pounds each.
Okay. Deanna, here's a question. Sponsoring a cart so that these guys can have another one. Is that something that you will look into at some point? There you go.
I have missed most of the conversation, but I did hear the bit about litter picking. So if it's anything to do with getting the rubbish out of our community, then absolutely. There you
go. See, that's what I expect to hear. Well, I mean, zero landfill, eco stores. So it's, I can see you potentially easily getting that, getting it done, or getting the funds in. So that is something where we just applied for a grant.
Just applied for a grant for some money, and obviously our cans that we pick up. So we've picked up 416 kilos of cans since August. Yeah. But I've got probably 80 kilos, I reckon, in the Womble store ready to go. But I'll wait until I've got a van load before I take them. So I'll take them just before Christmas. So we get money back for there, but it's not a lot of money. But it's free money because we've picked up the cans, as it were. So we've had about, it's only 180 pounds a ton we get. So we've had about 85 quid off of it. But Bucks Council matched that, so we get double bubble.
Hang on.
So answer it.
Yeah.
Answer it. So we get double bubble on the old cans, but we've I don't know if I should say it because it was a quiz question. Oh, sorry, I'm going to say it. He's not listening. So the one of our Wombles worked out how many cans that 416 kilos is, and it's 29,120 cans approximately.
Oh my God.
Which is a lot of drinks cans. And in Aylesbury, it's energy drinks. We find a lot of energy drink cans. So your Red Bulls, your Monsters, that kind of Blue Spark, I think, is another one. We find a lot of those. Yeah, the cheap nasty stuff. So yeah, it is mad. But we're starting to save crisp packets now for a lady, one of my friends, who makes them into survival blankets for people sleeping rough, and makes them into sleeping bags. So
amazing. Yeah. Just unbelievable.
My school's collecting as well for that.
What's that? Sorry.
Bearbrook School's collecting for that as well. All collecting crisp packets. Yeah.
Well, we're collecting obviously the ones that we're picking up off of the streets. So then she puts them in her washing machine, I think, and she washes them and then she irons them together. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's good to see, isn't it? Yeah. So a question I asked Richard earlier was, how did you find your first ever advert thing or call to action? We'll quickly jump off the ironing bit for the moment for those wonderful sleeping bags.
So I'm just looking out the window, sorry, because I've got a customer coming.
All right, you want to do your customer and then come back to us in a minute?
I have, sorry. I just he's getting out his car. He's coming in.
Tell him no.
Go on.
I'll tell you what, can we serve him as he comes in? Can we do like a live serving session? Sir, you might want to buy the wonderful brushes. They're recyclable. All you got to do is, take the brush bit out and then take the wood. And my partner came in the other day to your store as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's
mentioned that she really likes
these. There you go. Go on. Get some money out of him. Go on.
Pattern,
you lot draining me of money.
What are they?
They're the makeup removers. So we've got some for the for the competition. A competition winner's going to win some of these, but his wife also wants some.
Oh,
Look, here we are.
How
I'm
about
going to
you?
come this way.
Is that a customer? You're
It is a
live on
customer, yes.
FBL Broadcasting. Welcome to the
I'm
Eco.
I'm deliberately not pointing at him, but if it's all right with you, I'm going to disappear for a minute.
Okay, and if you want to come on, that's fine. That's not a problem.
Unless you want to come on, but no, we're all right. We've got liquids to refill, so that's a messy job. So I'll leave you for a minute.
Okay, see you in a minute, Deanna.
Enjoy.
Okay, bye. Oh, that's cool. There was what was I going to say? Yeah, my son. That was my son saying on the thing that he has to self-isolate for 2 weeks.
There you go. Same as what happened to Abigail yesterday.
Which means does that mean I've got to self-isolate? I can't remember.
No,
I don't. Right. Okay, that's all right then. So unless he develops symptoms, isn't it?
Unless he develops symptoms, yeah. Then you'll have to self-isolate.
It's just a weird one, that, isn't it? It's like,
yeah.
You've got to break the chain somewhere, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, I've got some private work to do in December, so it's a bit like, okay, self-isolating is not a good idea. That could really not be. That could really do me in. But there we go.
Yeah.
But so. Well, I was going to say, did you want to announce? Oh, we'll wait for Deanna to come back. Say, do you want to announce who the winner is of the quiz? There we go. But so it was £130 for the cart, wasn't it? That's what you
£130. Yeah, £130 plus the old dreaded VAT, I think. But yeah, so
okay.
yeah.
Hate when they do that. Just tell me the price.
I know. So yeah, we put in for a grant, and we'll see how that goes. If that grant comes through, that will pay for I think it's seven carts. So we'll see how that comes off. If that comes off, then that'll be great. And then we'll be looking at. How
many carts do you really need?
7 will be about right, I think. To start with, and then it's like the litter pickers. We've got. We started off with 20, then we went up to 50, and now I think we've got 80. So we constantly add to those. Yeah. So that's where the bulk of the money goes. Public liability insurance, obviously, we need that. Bin bags is another one. I've just had to buy some bin bags because I've rinsed all the council ones, the ones from the council. I've had all of those. I've had my quota. They said, "Oh, we've got you 1,000 bags, Richard." I said, "Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you very much." And we used those in 7 weeks, I think, something like that. 2 months. We used all of those. So I was like, "Can I have some more?" And they're like, "Richard, you've used them all." And I'm like, "Okay." So I just had to buy some bin bags. We did put an appeal out for bin bags. We had a good response on that, but this time I thought I'll buy some, so I've brought some this time. But we'll put an appeal out. That'll see me through till probably the end of January, and then we'll put an appeal out for some bin bags, and then we'll get some bin bags in for that. Take me through till March, and then hopefully the council will have a new quota for me. I've asked for 3,000 this time.
Oh, okay. So you put the quota in, do you? And then they say yes, they'll accept that.
Yeah.
Because I would think they would just turn around.
We've done 3. Well, by the end of this year, I think we'll hit the 3,000 bag mark for the year. I was actually just starting to write down the monthly totals for my stat mind from when we started, and so this year we're going to hit the 3,000 mark, I think, by the end of the year, and that includes 11 weeks of no litter picking at all over the national lockdown, March, April, May. We didn't pick anything at all. So really, that's 9 months. We've done 3,000 bags, which is quite incredible.
That is.
To put it into context, the before the lockdown, I love my stats. I told you last time I love stats. So before lockdown, so beginning of the year to the 15th of March, I think was our last litter pick. We were on 278 bags. We came back on the 5th of June, and then to date, so from the 5th of June to now, it's just under 2,500 bags of litter, which is quite incredible. And we did a litter pick in September. We did, I don't know if I talked about it last time, we did a tour, what we called Tour de Womble,
Right.
because we get asked a lot from other villages and stuff around Aylesbury, so like Stoke Mandeville, Stone, Wadston, ask us to go over to help them, and we've never done it before. We've always sort of said not no, but something we'll look at in the future, that kind of thing, because we try and primarily stick to Aylesbury. We did help set up a Wadston Wombles. There is a Wadston Wombles that me and Abigail helped set up last year, which is ran by a mother and son. But we gave them the initial leg up and help them with equipment and stuff. But we went to Tame as well, and the Tame one we did with Let's Talk Rubbish, Gary from Let's Talk Rubbish.
Right.
So he paid for the disposal of everything we collected. And we were over there for 4 hours, and we collected 560 kilos of litter of stuff. So it's over half a ton of stuff in 4 hours. And there was 26 of us, I think, 30 of us maybe.
Wow.
So there was 10 came from Aylesbury, came over to Tame, and then about 20 residents from Tame joined in as well, because we put it on the Tame groups and all that lot. And we did it with, like I say, with Gary. So, and he paid for the disposal of it. We did Aylesbury as well. And in Aylesbury, we did 3 litter picks that day with Gary. We collected 79 bags, I think. And we had 66 volunteers out over those 3 litter picks, which is just quite incredible. And one of those litter picks had 39, which is our record for one litter pick. Which is brilliant.
39 bags, is that?
39 people, 39 volunteers.
Oh, sorry, yep, right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So,
That's a lot of people, isn't it? I mean, that's
20, I think 22 of those were kids, which is brilliant. That's what we love. We love it when the kids come out, because they're the future. They're the ones that will take over the mantle, as it were. And if we can teach, like I said to you last time, it's all about education. And so if we can teach them young not to do it in the first place, then you're halfway there, aren't you?
Yeah, you are indeed. So talking about education, let's quickly go back to the training. So all this stuff that you're talking about, you can feed this into YouTube. You can feed this into all your keyword searching, and you can literally start to, like you're saying, you're putting the appeal out for more money, and you're putting in for this grant and that grant. You could actually get somewhere with this, actually make some money coming in. And then, you've got to set it all up first, which is obviously the pain, as always, but start doing your videos. One of them, what was it you've put? Let's Talk Rubbish. That sounds like a great little search term. Should we have a quick look at that?
That's actually the name of a waste disposable company in Aylesbury that we worked alongside.
Oh, okay. All right, let's have a look.
I'm sure Gary would love that.
Well, let's do it. Well, let's have a look. Obviously, it's a search term, isn't it? That's probably why they got it. Let's Talk Rubbish. There we go. Let's strap the top.
Aylesbury.
Yeah, let's talk. You see, look at all the posts and Facebook stuff coming in, which, if you've got that in your title, or in your keyword, and especially in your title. So here's another little tip I'll throw in your way. This free of charge, thanks to FBL. So up the top here, so you would actually have in here. So let's say, let's do this now. So let's have a look. Watch blah blah blah. FBL. Watch, give a comment. Let's put. You put a little bit in here. So let's talk rubbish. Put that in there. Feed that into a little. Now, people don't always do this. They just think, for instance, that you just put it down here, which is great. Don't get me wrong. So let's just. I should have installed the add-on so that it actually come up with some stuff, but never mind. So we'll put that in there. I haven't now. again, you only allow 500. I can say that I've gone over. Let's get. I was about to say, let's get rid of Richard Walker. That's not nice.
Get rid of him.
Let's get rid of awareness. There we go. 499. Just going to save that. So most people just put it in the keywords in here, but actually, up here and in here in the description are actually the places you should be putting these keywords and top keyword searches. So here, let's say Aylesbury Wombles. So let's put here, let's talk rubbish with, you don't always have to put it in a nice little sentence as in, you're trying to maximize the amount of, what you've got in here. But obviously you've only got 100, you've only got 100 letters to use. These are all the things I do when I'm looking at a title and I'm looking at descriptions and filling them out. So obviously it's been a bit hectic last month and the other couple of months, but I will revisit this many times and reword it, look up new keywords, see what's been searched. Yeah, see what people are looking at, because things like, oh, here comes my cat. What's up? You're awake. Come on. Oh, she just jumped out. Cool. But it's not a 5-minute job, is it? When you start explaining that. So let's talk rubbish with Aylesbury Womble, Richard Walker. Was there 2 spaces in there? There was 2 spaces in there, so get rid of that. I put call to action. Let's say, obviously we've got to try and find it. Say littering, solo. See, solo wombling is a term as well. So but let's get rid of the volunteer. I need to lose 13 words, 13 letters. Let's get rid of with and the space. That we need 8. What do I get rid of? Let's get rid of it on littering, actually. Oh no. What do you reckon we put at the front of littering? Litter. Litter free UK. Not that I know that's a search term. I probably coined a new one there. Look, you never know. But you can also start trends off. And feed that all into here. Like another little tip. These are all the little things that you're down the bottom here. You might see, but hashtag FBL. So if you go into, let's take that. Copy that.
Hashtag Womble Power.
Well, I tell you what, let's do hashtag FBL. It starts to bring up the stuff that anybody's hashtagged FBL. But if I do, so what did you say? Womble Power?
Womble Power.
Is that what you use already?
Yeah. Hashtag Womble Love.
Womble Love. All right. Womble Love. Hashtag on Twitter. Aylesbury Wombles. Look, there you are.
There you go.
So what you also put in there, for instance, in here. So I put Aylesbury Wombles, but hashtag Womble Love. Save that. Now, when you search that term, that will start to come up in all the search engines. A lot of info there for you.
All gone over my head.
Has it? Oh, okay. Sorry, I probably went a bit too fast. Maybe we can replay it later. But yeah, when I say about doing things for people and sorting things out and trying to help businesses, these are the sort of things I'm saying. It's not with video we shoot and that's it all done. There's a lot of work about building that up. Now, what I will do now is probably in about a week or two's time is go back and see how much, for instance, Womble Love or Let's Talk Rubbish, to see where that places in that search term. Because sometimes it takes time, and the more content you put out, the more YouTube looks at it and goes, oh, actually they're on the rise, and also they've got all this content, we'll put them there. Like FBL broadcast, and when you search FBL, I start to go up that placing, and it's like, oh, there you are, you're there. So don't always think, it's an easy job. I mean, a lot of people say to me, oh yeah, you just put it on Facebook or you put it on here. So actually to tie them all in and push this post out there and try and alert people to looking at that, it takes a lot of work. But then once it's done, you got to revisit again. But they don't look at that. And that's one of the probably the best things I can say to you is revisit. See if any of these bring it back up quickly. using for I I use vidIQ. There's others out there and stuff, but I use vidIQ. These keywords, see where they're ranking you, see where they're putting you. You know, when you type something in, waste, are you 100,000 down the? You know, I mean, is it not even registering on there? If it's not registering, then put a new keyword in. You know, but again, you have to pay for vidIQ, but it's not that much. But you can actually start to formulate a plan on where you put your content and who's going to see it. And your biggest thing is, if you're trying to raise money for your volunteer group, the more people who see it and might watch it, and you know, if you put an ad at the front of it, you can, you know what I mean, you make a little bit of money, but you might want to look at affiliate marketing. You know, is there any products that you use where you can start to sell or even trial them as you go out? Okay, you know, we've seen on, for instance, Amazon, this litter picker, it's $3.99. We're just going to test it, take it all out there, you know, and if it's really good, description below, here's a link. You got your affiliate marketing, so you get your own special link. You then put that in the description. People will click on it. You get a little, you know, if people buy it, you get a little bit of money for that as well. They might only give you like 10p or 30p, but if you've got, let's just say even 5p, you know, I say to people, my mum always said when I was a young lad, and she, I mean, obviously she's passed now, but look after your pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. But if you had 1,000 people out there who started to follow you and watch you and everything, and they all go and buy that, they're like, wow, you know, Richard is you start to become an influencer. That's another thing. Richard's just bought that. He just tested it. I've seen it. I trust Richard. I'm going to buy one of them. And if you've got, maybe say that though, but Richard, you're a laugh. You know, we had a really good laugh on that Wednesday show with Ed. That was really fun. But people will look at you. They'll start to see what you do and how you do it. And if you want to raise money, and obviously something's just arrived, it's one of those things where you can make some money for it, or get money for the volunteer group. And that's what you want. You know, I mean, is that a thought or something, or is that just way too much at the moment to think about?
It's gone right over my head, Martin. You're talking complete double Dutch to a technophobe.
Right. I'll tell you what.
I struggle to put my socks on in the morning, let alone all this YouTube stuff.
But well, look, maybe that, you know, something.
I only joined Facebook to start the Wombles group. You know, I came off it about 7 years ago because I got sick to death of people posting their Christmas trees and dinners up on it. And so I'm like, you know what? I just closed it all down, came totally off it. And then I started it up again. I was new profile or whatever they call it. I don't know. Just for the Wombles. And I only use it for the Wombles.
Oh, okay.
So I don't use it personally. I use Twitter. I do use Twitter.
Right.
But yeah, that's taken me a while to get used to that, what that's all about. Even now it still confuses me. But
people say to me, "You're never on Facebook." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm never on Facebook? Are you following FBL Broadcast?" And they go, "No, you never go on there." I don't have time. I seriously, I mean, really, I should share stuff to my own channel, as in Martin Keneally on on Facebook, whatever. But I don't. I'm just FBL Broadcasting. I'm doing this, we're doing that. Link that here.
Just the Aylesbury Wombles.
yeah, but that's it. I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, the most frustrating thing for me is sometimes I link into other systems, so it takes my name and goes, "Oh, right, you're here." No, you need to post it as FBL Broadcasting, not as Martin Keneally, or FBL Smiler or whatever. Like on Instagram, FBL Smiler. That's why I put that there. It's one of those. You're just like, can you just like? I would like a business app, for like my social, a business Facebook that I can do all my links on, and another app for personal, so that I can literally go personal stuff and I might actually start updating it, or do a little bit more stuff. But I do find, I mean, there is a Facebook suite out there which allows you to link your Instagram and your Facebook. And I mean, was that you going off there? But it's probably one of those. Yeah. It just makes my life a little bit easier.
You're on my phone. See, I'm gonna. Oh.
What's that?
No, it's an email. That's all.
Oh, just an email. Okay. I mean, I find updating it takes a lot of work. It really does, and they're like your litter picking. Where are you litter picking next? By the way,
so this Sunday we are meeting at 10 o'clock at the Honeybee Car Park pub on Fairford Leys, and then next Saturday we are next weekend. So what's that? The 12th and 13th. So I can't remember which way round it is. I think on the Saturday we're in Walton Court, Hannon Road, 10 a.m. And then Sunday we're on Pearson Close, 10 a.m. You know where the buses park, where the bus, the bus lane bit, sort of on the Oxford Road there. Yeah, we meet there at 10 o'clock.
And how many?
Driver-tizer heaven there.
What's that? Sorry again.
Driver-tizer haven there.
Driver-tizer haven.
Yeah. Driver-tizer is bottles of Coke that are bright yellow.
Oh, okay. Didn't even.
Driver-tizer.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Now I've just got it.
Yeah,
okay,
got it.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're there now.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
All right. Penny's dropped. There we go.
Yeah. Those people who
it's a haven for it. It's a haven for it then. I need to start with these litter picking terms, don't I? With it, see, with your computer and your YouTube, and put this link and all that stuff on there. See, I'm getting you with the old litter picking terms.
You are. I mean, can you bring out a what do you call it? A booklet or something?
Phrase book.
Oh yeah, phrase book, but online phrase book. Let's not use up any paper. But that driver-tizer.
Driver-tizer. Yeah.
Is it that bad?
It's bad there, yeah. And Leicester Road, another one. Bad taxi drivers park up there for breaks, I think, and that can be bad for driver-tizer as well there. Yeah.
That's not on, is it? That really isn't. It's just. It's like, well,
so I've opened your eyes now to driver-tizer, poo trees, mast trees. See, it's a whole new world here.
Yeah, there is. It just dumbfounds me that people actually do this. It's, I'm trying to educate you here, and that's the other way around. It's just a poo tree. Again, just don't understand. Put it in a bin.
I found a box. Was it last week? Last Wednesday? Last Thursday?
Yeah.
Because obviously work wouldn't let me back till Friday, so I had a couple of days of being off of isolation, but I could do what I liked. I wasn't stuck indoors, so I went out and litter picked. I got 30 odd bags I did in 4 days, and I found a box, and that was full of dirty nappies.
What is wrong with
and I shouldn't laugh. I know I shouldn't laugh, but I just think, how did that even end up there? It was like a box of shark Hoover, is it? The Sharky Hoover, whatever it is. Like a poor man's Dyson, I think they are. And it was stuffed full of dirty nappies. Must have been 30, 40 dirty nappies in this. It didn't half stink. Unbelievable.
Sorry, my cat wants to. He's been banging on that door. Do you know, you're saying about, obviously the wonderful Tizer drink and the nappies. I'm thinking, actually, I better let him out. But I just. What goes through people's mind to just do that? I mean, to literally just get a box.
I don't know. That's why I find it funny. That's why I find it funny. Because if you didn't find it funny, you'd get angry, wouldn't you? And you're getting angry. So you just got to laugh it off, because people are just idiots, aren't they? It's common sense. It's like we were talking about earlier. Common sense. Common sense tells you not to put dirty nappies in a box and throw it in a ditch, but people do, and that's. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, again, another thing, throwing the boxes of takeaway food outside the window of a car. It's in your car. Just leave it in the thing and then put it in the bin.
I went down Buckingham Road, out the Watermead turn in there, and you got the roundabout where the old football club used to be. The roundabout, and there's a bus stop just after the roundabout. And I litter picked there, and there was a McDonald's bag in the tree, in the bush. So obviously, a car's gone round roundabout, and then hoiked
Yeah.
the bag out the window, and there it was in the bush, with the burger wrappers and everything else inside it. Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I really. It's
On the plus side, you do. On the plus side, I've had a winning lottery ticket. I've had say one. I've had about four winning scratch cards, where they've obviously thought they've lost and then thrown it on the floor, and I've come along, picked it up, and I always check them. And I've had 4 winners. I've had money, £10 notes, £20 notes, which are quite nice. I've had what else? We had some Perspex dishes from, I think they were probably nicked from I think they come from Wilco, and they were in the hedge, brand new, still had the stickers on, so they're now sat in my cupboard.
Running with this box of plates and all other dishes, and just
but it still had the labels on. We had an Apple keyboard for an Apple Mac. We've had everything. I've told you, we had everything. We've had the kitchen sink. Literally, I've had the kitchen sink. Gentleman's toy. What else we had? Weird and wonderful.
Have you had the fluffy teddy yet, though?
Yeah, I've had teddies. We saved those, actually, to be fair. We had a dog. We found like this little toy dog that was really cute, but it was covered in oil. So I think somebody had used it to check their car, the dipstick on the car, rubbed the oil off of it, and then thrown this thing on the floor. So we picked it up and we washed it. Well, we now call her Teddy Bear Womble, because we're original. So she takes the teddy bears and she takes the stuffing out of them, washes them up, and then restuffs them, and then they go into a box, and we take it to every litter pick we go to. These toys that we've saved along the way that all smell nice, but they've still got the wounds of being a litter problem. Hubcaps, we save hubcaps. So Pauline, who's our money womble, she's our treasurer. We call her the money womble. She paints them up. So there is something on our Facebook. I think a couple of days ago we put something out there. She'd done 3 hubcaps where she painted them up. And there's another litter picking group up north that they're a local. I think the local council has given them a wall in the town, in a park, I think it is, and they've decorated this wall with hubcaps that they've painted, and it looks really cool. So that's something that I'm going to be looking at next year, is maybe getting a wall somewhere in the town and putting hubcaps on it, and just brightening. They do look really cool, actually.
I've seen them. Yeah.
And we save them up for animal. I've got to get this right. Animal Antics over at Great Marsden. A lady comes over from there and litter picks with us really regularly, Denise, and she takes the hubcaps for the children and adults that have got special needs, if I'm allowed to use that term anymore, over there, and then they paint them up, and they're going to put it on the side of their barn, these hubcaps, and try and brighten it up. So we are trying to use these litter as much as we can for something else.
It's recycling. I mean, for me, I hate
upcycling.
Yeah, upcycling. There you go. I mean, wood. I mean, wood's expensive. It really is. But I will, somebody is throwing out. Believe it or not, what I'm using here as my studio is actually my mate's company. They were throwing out some what do they call it? Just shelving, basically.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Would these be of interest?" He goes, "Because I know what you're like." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come and pick them up." But I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I'm one of these people, and I say shelving, it's like whatever. But I can actually now, I've got my table, I've got my screens, I've got my lights, I've got I've got it all linked up, and I can also grab my coffee. Look, and I can say, "Look, I've got." hang on, I could do my Blue Peter moments now with upcycling. Look at this. Watch this. Ready? Well, let's just say, let's have a look. I've got. Oh no, can't show that. Christmas presents I was hiding. They came yesterday.
I didn't wonder what you were going to say there.
Yeah. No. I was like, when something comes in, you have to quickly hide it. I was like, where can I? I was like, so I stuffed it in, so I nearly done that, right? But for instance, you know, I've got stuff like, oh yeah, use the wireless Go. It's really cool. It works really well. We use that when we're out and about in places, and I can just grab stuff. It's just really cool. It's just, ta-da! I can just, you know, especially if I know we're doing something on the show, I can actually put stuff underneath, and then I can just grab it. So let's just say, you know, here's the box it comes in. There you go. See, I can do loads of little things. And you want to test me on anything? Have a guess what's underneath here. You know, I've got.
No, I'm not. I'm not even going to guess. I don't. Do you know what? I don't want to know.
Actually, best don't.
I don't want to know. I don't even think you've got trousers on.
I haven't. I've actually got a skirt on. The point is, I tell you what's really good though. Is going to have to put my coffee there. Here it is. It's one of the. I'm going to set up a. You know, I said about doing things on YouTube and sorting things out. One of the things is I've been trying to set up is Smile of the Broadcaster, where I'm going to start showing tips to people out there, saying, look, you know, you can live stream, you can do what FBO is. It takes time, takes years, it really does. But actually, you haven't got much money. It's actually a good way to build up and learn and do stuff and get involved and help people. You know, helping people. A lot of the stuff I do is actually free of charge, and I just help people. It's people are like, oh, how do you run a business like that? It's learning, doing stuff, and I want to try out new tech as well. So there we go. But talking about helping and learning, before you disappear off, Deanna, in case somebody comes up, how I did ask you before we left you, how did you find, you know, your video and doing it? What did you? My cat's just started blowing at the other cat. Sorry.
I actually got a lot of good responses.
See, you got lots of good responses, Richard. Yeah. You didn't, did you, Richard?
Well, mine was more.
You told me to be brutally honest.
Yeah, you were brutal. No, I was showing. You might want to watch later on the replay, as I say, Deanna. I was explaining how it's not a 2-minute job what I do for you guys or what I've done for you guys. It literally takes hours of researching, looking things at, revisiting. So, you know, it's something that we can help out with any company, you know, anybody who needs it. And obviously we charge certain big companies for that, for our advice and help. But it's one of those things. It's just like, you know, this show isn't just about putting you out there. It's about actually showing you how it goes out there. I mean, we chatted a bit about this before. I can tell you, and I can show you right now, Richard, you're going to love this. So that was all about keyword searching. But if we bring up the details for Deanna,
oh gosh,
50 views you got, and it's been shared on social networks. We can have a look at the analytics.
I will say though, that thumbnail that you picked for the little, you know, the thing we were doing, the free food, that thumbnail is horrendous.
Oh, really?
I hate the thumbnail.
Brutally honest.
You know what? I don't want you to on the show anymore. What's wrong with the what's wrong with the thumbnail then? Should we bring up the thumbnail? I wonder if we can make this bigger. I can't. Well, we can see it there, can't we? What's wrong with that thumbnail?
Me.
Right, because you're in it, correct? Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I am the face of the business. I know that, but I don't know. It was just me.
This is it. You see, this is the training. As I've done that on purpose, and you've taken it on board. You are the business as much as. Like me with FBL, at some point we'll get other presenters in who are far better than me, you know, and staff into, you know, we can just concentrate more on the content going out. But literally, you do become the star, as they say. So it does need you. People see you and people know you, and by seeing you, they're more likely to look at it as well. And you want to promote that. So your thing. So if you notice in that thumbnail, so this is another bit of training, is what do you, I mean, again, that thumbnail, what you're looking at right now, what do you see? What
I don't even know what a thumbnail is.
A thumbnail is that little box. See that little box here? Oh, I'm looking. This little box here, that's called a thumbnail. Right, okay. So basically, when you're looking on YouTube, these thumbnails pop up. So you scroll through, and that's what grabs your eye. So the first thing here, what people will see is what?
It's my face.
No, they don't. They don't see you. What do they see first?
I can't see it, so
Oh, can you not see this bit here?
I'm looking. I'm on my phone, so.
Yeah. Oh,
I
okay.
can't even remember. It was the free food, wasn't it? So of course
Yeah,
they see the
free food
they're like,
is-
oh, what's free? You get free.
So, and then they start, especially if they're in the Aylesbury area. I mean, they'll see the Eco Stores logo. So they're like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that, or I know of that. And then it's like, and then they'll read the bit financially struggling. When you make a thumbnail, right, it's the big size of your screen, but you've got to think it's actually going to come out like this, and literally how we're looking at it here. So when people are looking at it, like you're saying, Richard, you couldn't really see it because it's on your phone, and you're watching it at a reduced level.
Yeah, for me it's like this big, but I can still see the free.
Yeah. So, and that's the point. That's what we're trying to catch on to people. And, you know, you link that with keywords and keyword phrases. It starts to come out. But look, you know, it shoots up. Now, this is where, for instance, the stuff you're giving away. So, for instance, here's the advertisement here. So, from that one video, that's made 77p with 50 people because of the people they've watched it. We can have a look at the watch time. Don't worry, I'll come into your shop and buy something so you get your money.
I mean, it was a long video.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that video, what was it?
Oh, that's the short one.
That's the short one, yeah. So it's 52 seconds average. But look at your reach. It's gone up to like 300. And that's continuously going. Obviously, at some point, you're going to stop that offer. So we got to take that down. Or do we just leave it up there and say, well, people will know. But I would, once you stop doing it, let me know so that I can put a little thing on there to say this is no longer happening, but this is what they've done. So when people look at EcoStore or they search EcoStore Aylesbury, they can see some of the good stuff that you've done, if not all the good stuff that you do, to be fair. But you can start to see that by starting to build up, for instance, a YouTube channel for you would be every month. Yeah. What's special this month going on in your store? What, you know, or little things like working with the Aylesbury Wombles. You know, you've sponsored them, and they and link. I mean, you two linking up. Like obviously, Richard, you linking up with Ed is such a cool thing. You know, because he's dealing with let's not just do this from the start, and you're cleaning up the stuff that people aren't listening to Ed to do, and you can link up and do stuff and create videos. You know, I can see Richard becoming quite a good star as well on the YouTube platform or in the social media.
Handsome lad, isn't he?
You are.
It's the beard.
It's the beard. But you have fun. It's the beard. It's the Womble. It's the Womble beard. But you see the sort of lesson, the sort of things I'm trying to explain here is you actually just you two now know. I mean, you know each other now because you've been on the show, and that starts to, you know, I mean,
I have got a question for Deanna.
Go on then.
Go for it.
Well, because this is going to sound really bad, but I'm currently changing my kitchen right down in my house, and I've said to my missus, after being with Ed last time, I want to reduce my packaging as close to zero as I possibly can. Right? What stuff do you sell in your shop? I know I should just come down and have a look, but your hours are a bit mad at the minute, aren't they?
Because all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if I try and come out the way, over here we've got dried fruit, nuts, we've got snacks, we've got cereal bits.
What kind of cereals?
So you've got your more obscure cereals, so like your flaked cereals for making granolas and muesli and things. Yeah. But then we've got a customer favourite, which is our muesli. So that's one of the cereals. Where am I? We've got bran flakes over here. Look, we're a little bit messy because I've been cleaning and not putting things away. But over this side, you've got beans, lentils, rice, pasta. You've got flours. You've got all your peas. There's so much stuff in here. So all of your cupboard essentials, instead of going to Tesco's and buying a bag of pasta, just come and grab some of this. I mean, this one in the bag here, 28p per 100 grams. So a 500 gram bag of pasta is £1.20.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, lentils, 18p per 100 grams. Where are we?
Yeah.
I can't figure this camera out again. but 18p per 100 grams, that's nothing. If you're a small family, you can get, you know, what you need rather than having to buy a whole bag full. And we've got baking products, so flours, bicarb, baking powder, yeast. We all needed yeast.
Oh, we did.
And then we've got our spices as well.
What's that?
So we've got 54 spices in here.
Have you really? Wow.
Yeah. So if you...
paprika.
So we've got, I can't figure the camera out. We've got 3 different types of paprika. We've got a load of curry powders. We've got all your greens. So you've got your basil, you've got your rosemary, your thyme.
Yeah.
They work out like stupid money. So for your little Tesco's pot that you buy, £1.70, you're looking at 14 to 60p in here.
Wow.
You could make some substantial savings by shopping in eco stores, Aylesbury.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah.
The only thing that we do struggle with is the nut.
Sorry,
what about liquids?
Now.
Liquids.
What about liquids? You said about liquids.
We've got our liquids over here. So we've got laundry liquids, so fabric conditioner, washing up liquids, obviously normal liquids, laundry liquids, toilet cleaner, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, hand sanitizer, multi-surface sanitizer.
Wow.
We've got everything.
They've got everything.
We have everything.
Yeah.
I'm looking now to reset my kitchen up, right? So I can come in and buy, well, that's probably a bad one, pasta, rice, herbs and spices, that kind of thing. Now, what kind of tubs do you recommend that I get to bring to? Do you sell those as well?
No, we don't sell them, but my kitchen is full of, I'm trying to get them. This is our donated containers. So if you've forgotten a container, you just take one of these. My kitchen's just full of little jars like this. They're all stacked up. I mean, this one is, I think, a jam jar or something, but I've got pasta sauce jars. I've got old mayonnaise jars. Any jar that I've used that I don't want to throw in the bin, I've now just got food in it on my kitchen side. It doesn't have to be fancy, but if you do want it to be fancy, IKEA is the place to get the cheap jars.
So IKEA. Oh God, I hate walking around there. It's awful. I like the idea of using jam jars and stuff. So if I get a jam jar, how much would that hold? How do you sell your liquid, as it were?
So
you sell them in.
So you'd pop the jam jar on the scales and weigh it, and then you'd fill it with the liquid. And then, for instance, a jam jar may hold, we'll go with laundry liquid, may hold 500 mils of laundry liquid.
Okay.
And then you'd pop it back on. This would say 500 mils. I don't know what that's going to work out to be, like £1 something odd.
Okay. So no, because one thing I was worried about was that you would sell like liquids, as in you had to buy a litre, or you had to buy 100 mil.
No, so we've got
that's a very good point.
Trying to come back.
You can have what you want, can't you? Basically, providing
you basically can have what you want.
That's actually even better.
Brilliant.
We've had a few customers come in and bring in like tiny little tester pots to test out our liquids and see how they do. You know, you can do a 25 mil for one wash load. See if you like it. If you like it, you come back and fill a whole pot up.
I'm not joking. You could make so many little short videos promoting what the eco stores does. That again, I've got to explain to you guys. So I've done all this, and again, I'm here if you need any help. 2 billion people on YouTube. 2 billion. Yeah, and it's not always about selling. It's not about doing this or that. It's about raising your profile, getting your stuff out there, and using. People pay a lot of money for advertising. I mean, a hell of a lot of money to advertise on a radio that they're only going to hear once every 4 hours, and then it's gone for life. It just sits there. And I mean, we'll revisit these numbers, by the way. So you're in the lead at the moment, Deanna, but I am sure Richard, with his womble beard, will absolutely also go up.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah, you got.
It's not just for Christmas.
But seriously,
I can't believe that though. Because obviously I've always known about the Wombles, because if I had the time I'd be a Womble as well, and I do secret, personal Wombles.
you can be a
But
solo
You need to
Womble.
tell us about it.
You don't have. You
But
can
I
be
can't believe that we've beaten you, because everyone knows about the Wombles, and you do the whole of Aylesbury. You literally physically clean it up. I don't know. I just feel like you're bigger than we are.
Oh
No, you're massive. We're just a little tiny group. You're huge. You're taking over the world, Deanna.
No, you're cleaning up the town. I'm stopping people from buying the rubbish to make the mess, but you're actually cleaning up the mess.
Well, I shall, once my kitchen gets done next week, it'll be finished this weekend, hopefully. I shall be in there next week, and I shall be filling up my jam jars with your lovely products, because that's something that I've made I don't know if you've watched the Ed one, but Ed's a very inspirational man. I found him very engaging and inspirational, even though he did look like a conservative councillor, and he didn't, he came across a bit like a politician, but the points he made were brilliant. So I'm trying to change my habits, even though I am a meat eater. I'm not going to lie. I do drive a diesel car. I'm not going to lie.
drive a cab.
But I'm not driving us around as much now. I've started using those Zip scooters that are dotted around the town. And I've said to my wife that I want to start using the Eco Store to reduce my packaging, because I think that's a good way to start. Yeah.
Every tiny little thing you do makes a difference, because that one bag of pasta, a million trillion people are just buying one bag of pasta. If just a small percentage of them stops, how many bags are we saving? I can't even imagine how much plastic this shop has saved since we opened. It's an insane amount. I don't even think I do numbers that big.
Yeah. Well, I'm sat at my wife's work desk where she works in the bedroom, and I'm just looking to the left, and the amount of plastic bottles there are here with makeup products and all sorts, it's frightening, really. All that's going to end up in landfill, and it's just, or recycled, or whatever happens to it. But if we can start off by not using it in the first place, then we've solved the issue straight away.
Yeah. The one thing I do say though is as and when. So don't just go out and buy all of this stuff because it's here. When your toothbrush dies, try a bamboo one. When you run out of toothpaste,
I've got a bamboo one. I do have a bamboo one already.
Yeah. So just slowly, because if you do everything at once, one, it's quite expensive, and two, it's overwhelming. And then you've still got all the old products in the plastic bottles anyway. So just wait until they run out and go slowly. Yeah.
So like the fairy liquid that I've got downstairs. Well, I did have downstairs on my sink, but I don't have a sink in my kitchen anymore. So that fairy liquid, I could reuse that bottle to come into your shop and fill it up with your washing up liquid.
Yeah, and the one that we use, the Eco Leaf, it doesn't have the same smell as fairy liquid, I'll admit that, but it is just as good cleaning wise, and it's actually slightly cheaper than fairy liquid.
Right. Okay.
So
that's good. That's all I need to know.
Is there anything you can scent with your, for instance, Eco Leaf washing up liquid, for instance?
Sorry?
Is there anything that you can scent with it? For instance, I mean, this is just an idea, guys. Just an idea.
Yeah.
I think, is there something like you can add a smell to it? So imagine, I don't know what the Eco Leaf smell is, or whether it's just plain. I don't know.
It's just a clean smell.
Just a clean smell. But
what's wrong with that?
Well, most women go like that, don't they, to men? I just want it to smell clean. Oh, okay. Like an additive. You put it in and it changes it to summer fresh, or is that something that
if you're doing like your clothes washing, for instance, you can put essential oils in the tumble dryer. So if you were to put, or even you can put it in the fabric conditioner itself. But if you put a old rag in some water with essential oils and pop it in the tumble dryer with your clothes, that then makes it smell like the essential oils.
I hang dry if I can, because tumble dryers use up a lot of electricity.
Pop it in the fabric conditioner then. Pop it in there. That's fine.
Okay.
And that's, essential oils will do most things. So I mean, even if you want to spray your house to make it smell nice, instead of buying a bottle of Febreze, just essential oils in some water. Just spray the house. Makes it smell nicer.
There we go. Well, that's a good idea. I might have to do that because cat smells and all that lot. So, but that's a good point. Rich is like, oh. Yeah. Well, again, like I said before, I have cat bins obviously for the cats to use because I don't like the idea that obviously they go out in people's gardens or whatever. I'd rather they, we've got the cats, so we should be responsible that, again, the cats really implement that idea when it's snowing and raining. Let's just put that forward. Or when I've gone out and I come in and go, right, thanks for that. Really nice. Or they haven't done it when I've done a live show, which is good. But it's one of those things where, you just got to try and do your bit, isn't it, really? And try and sort things. Now, at the bottom, well, you two might notice I've put something in your private chat that literally tells you who won the quiz. Because believe it or not, right, this is we're supposed to be a 2-hour show. It's going to tick over a little. But again, no problems. But I have got a private thing coming. Oh, she's gone. She'll be back in a minute. She's clicked the wrong button. But I was going to say it actually has. I was going to say, see if you both can announce who the winner is. And what they will be winning is, let's see, if you had watched the show or watched it on the replay, you'd know. But Richard, it was, I keep writing this out. It was those makeup remover, which is reusable. Here she comes. All right, be there in a second. Makeup reusable. There was a free CV rewrite or review by Civitas Consultancy, which is Leah Lewis. She's not connected. She's joined us, but she's not connected. And also, you might want to know this, free security check with, or they'll go through the options with ISEC security, which was so kindly donated from all three. So she's not joining us. What's going on? She's trying to connect. So what do you think to those prizes? Which one would you like out of the three of those if you was to win, Richard?
Who, me? Well, the makeup things would be no good for me, would they?
I don't know. I thought you used a bit of touch up here. Sort of,
what was the middle one? CD rewrite.
CV rewrite, or review.
Oh, yeah. CV.
Yeah, Civitas.
CV. Oh, yeah. They'd probably get that one. To be fair, I probably could do with having my CV refreshed. Yeah,
well, she also said, Leah Lewis said she will allow you to donate it to somebody else as well, because obviously if you don't need it, then But CV, I mean, she does a lot of work of bringing people back, as in, you know what it's like. When you're feeling really down, she's that sort of person who comes in, those guru sort of people, and then she can say, look, let's look at what you want to do in life. What is it you really want to do? Yes, you got made redundant. Let's get you on the path. What do you want to do in life? Let's put it down in the CV. Let's rewrite it, and let's get you that job that you want. I think
we get bogged down with our CVs, don't we? I think I remember being at school when they taught us how to write a CV, but that was, I'm in my very early 40s at the moment, and so it was a little while ago, and it's I've had a few jobs since then, and it would be quite, that would be quite a cool one to have, I think. Yeah,
rewatch on the YouTube channel by all means.
The security one as well, to be fair, would be pretty good.
Yeah, he's offering a 20%.
I've got a dog and a wife, so I don't need to worry about security. I'll just throw them at it.
Well, this is interesting. Again, you know what? It's also giving you some advice or help, or maybe ideas is the word I should really say. So one of the things I said to him was, I couldn't believe for £30, they will send a guy round to your place and keep an eye on it, once every or 3 times a week. I don't know, whatever. I can't remember anyway, but it was £13.50, I think. I don't know if it's per one. But I said, do you do a service where if people go on holiday, that security guy will drive past your house, or, just make sure the windows aren't done in, and they will deal with like the police and everything if something has happened? Anyway, never thought of that. That's quite a good idea, actually. So that's a new service he's going to be offering. And it's amazing when you come on these FBL shows what I can pass on. But you know, for him, you know, that's really good. But also he does it for businesses. You know, in this lockdown, a lot of them, obviously people weren't going into work, but there was an increase in services required for him and for obviously ISEC security. But it's weird. I mean, he was telling me about a lot of the stats have gone up on burglaries, but of businesses. Went down for obviously homes because everybody was home, but businesses are being targeted. So it's one of those things where I couldn't believe the price he stated to me. I was like, what, for 13 quid? I'm not being funny. If I go away on holiday, you know, all the family goes. I mean, I've got people coming in because of the cats. Maybe I can get them to feed the cats as well. There we go. What if that's a little bit extra? So is that all our security needs? Yeah. Can you feed the cats as well? That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Oh, that's
on the move. Where are we going?
Oh, she's
like, my phone's dying. No, my phone's dying.
Richard, you've got to see this. I want to see a certain somebody who's quite a star. There they are. Look at that.
My pretty girl.
A chicken.
He's a chicken. Yes, I knew you'd love that. What's her name again?
Evie. Evie, come here.
That was it. How can I forget that name?
I was hoping you'd say sage and onion. Never mind.
Oh. Rich,
I'll be nice about that one because I'm not usually very nice anymore. We've got a car garage next door to us, so a lot of the customers sort of, oh, you've brought lunch with you. No, we rescued her from slaughter. We're a vegan household.
I bet you say it like that. Oh, that's cool though, isn't it? Go to the shop, there's a chicken.
Chicken.
I can always tell new customers because they go, oh my God, you've never been here before, have you?
That's your new customer alerter, isn't it, really, I suppose? Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I'll do that when we come in next week.
Just, oh my God, there's a chicken.
Just, oh my God, there's a chicken. And then you'll know that I've never been in there before.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, you've virtually been in the eco store.
I've been in virtually, yeah. That's true.
There you go. A virtual walk round. I don't know. There's nothing.
I've had a personal tour of the shop. I mean,
yeah.
I feel very privileged.
You should.
I mean, it's not exactly big. There's not, you know, I can't do a huge tour. We're not massive, but
you've got a lot.
There's still a lot in here.
Yeah.
You've got a lot.
Amazing.
Of stuff. And I mean, what you're doing. I mean, hopefully people will use you a lot more. And again, the hours are a little bit weird, but you're trying to. I mean, look, you know, I'm on a show.
But that's no fault of your own, is it? I mean, that's just life. You know, the kids, isn't it? Some kids.
People need to learn.
That's it. Everything is school. I'm trying to find my charger. My phone's up. I'm trying to find the charger. But we work around school. So my partner works full time. So he's no use for looking after the kids. And then, of course, he's the corona. Well, he's at work all the time. There's not a lot we can do about that.
Well, I was literally going to go, do you know, I'll let her recover from that statement on her own.
He's at work. So I do the school run. I take them to school. I open the shop and then I pick them up again. But with lockdown, the little one currently doesn't have a childminder, which is why we're open half days now, because he's supposed to be here with me, but luckily partner is off for the afternoon, so he's not, thank God. But that's it. It's if the children don't have childcare, I can't work.
Yeah, of course.
If the little one's home, I can bring him here, but not for more than 2.5 hours. He can't tolerate that.
Do you know, I'm 46 years old, so I mean, my daughter's 18 this Saturday. Dun, dun, dun. So, you know, I used to take her out to, you know, change nappy, go into the changing units and get some looks like, you know, and it's nice to see that I'm sure it still does happen, but it's nice to see more men, because it is very self-conscious thing when you have a young child, you know, I mean, a 1-year-old, even 6 months or 3 months, and you've got this child and you're male, because people are looking going, have you just abducted that child? You're like, no, I haven't. Stop looking at me like that. And especially back then, you know, I'd be walking around with a pram. You know, I had no issues with it. I'm like, I mean, my dad, I was a stay-at-home dad because due to a fault on the building site, he had no choice. He was disabled because of it. But you know, mum went out to work. So me being male, looking after my kid, it's not an issue. You know, I don't see, to me, everybody's the same, whether you're, you know, male or female. And one of the biggest problems I do see is everybody wants that, you know, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. full corporate business open thing. And it's like, no, you know,
It doesn't work.
It doesn't. I mean, the school, I mean, to be honest, I'm really bad dad. I should have answered that call when the school phoned, but like, how do I stay professional while answering it? And this is why I need somebody else, you know, to run the show, and I'm just not around. Which you two done brilliantly, by the way. Thank you very much for helping me out there. But it's nice to see the world is changing, and it's nice to see that you know, guys aren't being badly looked upon, you know, because they are able to do it. There is no doubt that, you know, that they're capable. And unfortunately, though, work is a problem, isn't it? And that's what happens for the eco store. And you might not be able to open the 9 till 5 or 9 till 9, but you put it on social media, you let people know, you're easy to get hold of. What's the problem out there, people? You maybe have to book a slot. Wow, whoopie-doos. Just think of all the hard work this woman's doing, and husband as well. So, and
I mean, I do I spend every second I can.
Yeah, I know. I see that, and all the updates and everything. Again, you know, I got arranged to. I've been real busy, but I got arranged to obviously sort out this prize stuff and everything, and bring the winner, by the way, which is
and come and pick these up, which are waiting for you.
Yeah, I've also got to do my Christmas shop, of course, which is needed, which I will be helping the winner out with. Would you like to tell us? Do you both have the name up there?
I'm not doing it again because that's how I lost you. Because I pressed the button.
Richard, do you want to announce? Did you say that? Did you see the name? Who won?
Cairo Kaz.
I was going to say, do you want to say it? Never mind. That didn't work. Cairo Kaz, yeah, she's the winner. Well done, Cairo
Oh,
Kaz.
sorry.
I got customer.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Deanna. Thank you very much. Have a good day. See you later. Well done, Cairo Kaz. You won. So you got all those things coming your way.
Were you supposed to leave it up to suspense? Is that what you were trying to do?
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but it just didn't work. Actually, do you know what? It was more funny, Richard, that way. Do you know, I love it. I did have it up on my screen thing to bring up as well, like da-da! And then it just died, so I can't do that. So you've done it well. You've done it well. So again, it's come up to 2 o'clock. I mean, what's your plans for the lockdown now that it's finished? Are you back to work? Are you?
I'm back to work. Started the group sessions back up again of the Wombles. It's my son's birthday this Saturday as well.
Oh,
so yeah. So got me.
How old is he?
Yeah, 14.
Oh, 14.
He'll be 14 on Saturday.
Oh, on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, just got.
Yeah.
Or Saturday coming.
Saturday coming. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. 5th. So same as my daughter would be 18.
Yeah. 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 So that's what we're doing at the moment. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, do you know what? I wish your son a very happy birthday. My son's on the 5th.
Wish your daughter a very happy birthday.
Well, I got my daughter on the 5th, my son on the 15th, and Jesus Christ on the 25th. So as you can imagine, a new year. You know what I mean? December's a write-off. Honestly, it's
mate. It's May in my family is the write-off. I'm the 7th. My nephew is the 8th. My daughter is the 20th. My sister is the 22nd, and my dad's the 31st. So May's a write-off.
It hurts, doesn't it? Because you just know when that month's coming, it's like, oh, people are like, oh, what are you doing? What are we doing? I can't buy nothing, mate. I'm literally just buying presents left, right, and centre, and sorting out. Do you usually have like a birthday party or a surprise birthday party if it's a big one? No, I don't do that either. Yeah. No. My daughter's a bit annoyed because obviously turning 18, or the pub scenario and the rule of 6.
Yeah.
That was something actually I just want to quickly add before we actually finish the show, if you don't mind. And thank you for being on the show actually and coming on there. We should have had
no
more
problem.
People. There was.
I thought I was only going to be on for 10 minutes.
Well, I thought that too, but then we just got talking. Hey, look, I was showing you stuff and how to do. If I just quickly bring this up, we did get this, and then Deanna turned up, which was basically we're in tier 2, which is high. There is no low. It's just medium, high, and very high. So there's no household mixing indoors. Rule of 6 will apply outdoors. Pubs and restaurants to shut at 11 p.m. Remember when pubs used to shut at 11 p.m.?
Yeah.
People don't realise.
I remember when they used to shut in the afternoon on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for a couple of hours, wasn't it? And then they'd open back up.
Used to shut at 3 o'clock and then reopen again at 5 or something.
Oh, yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah, I was going to say 6.
Yeah.
Forgot
6
about
and then close again at 10:30.
That's right. Yeah, it was earlier, wasn't it? How many times did you go, like when you first started drinking, you're like, what?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
11? No, half 10, mate.
Half 10.
Alcohol only served as part of a substantial meal, which meant we can have a Scotch egg, or what was the other thing?
Scotch egg. I can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah.
Scotch egg. Beans on toast.
Oh, no, there's that place in Tring where...
Oh, yeah.
Really
slow service.
Don't they? A great service. It does take a long time to get served, though, but...
That's it, yeah. Up to 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hour service. Spectators allowed at sports, events, and live performances, limited numbers. We're covering off at ENG Sports UK. They got a netball thing, so we're back in working motion for this Saturday and for a few Saturdays after. Keep us busy. So that's all back up, which I was quite surprised at. But yeah, that's all good. Live netball, mate. Find it on the channel. Oh no, it's pay-per-view. Personal care, including hairdressing, allowed. So there we go. I've got to get my hair cut as well.
I need my haircut, and the beard needs trimming. I mean, yeah.
Who do you use for your haircuts?
I use the Amazing Barber in Kingsbury Square.
Do you? Okay. Is it busy in there? Is it?
Yeah, it can be busy, but he does the beard. It's just, I'm not bothered what my barnet looks like. I'm not bothered up here, but the beard is. He does the beard beautifully. So
David,
if you've got a big beard or a beard, he does it. He looks after it really well. I'm not too bothered about the hair.
Does
he
do crafting and stuff then?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. He trims it up on the top, and then he spends 5 times the amount of time on my beard.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, I'm not too worried about the top because I normally wear a hat. I wear a hat all the time. So
I don't. Well, I do have to wear a cap, I suppose. I mean, mine Justin Barber's who I use. He's really cool on the gyratory, proper barber.
Right, okay.
Have a good chat. I mean, you've got to have your hair washed, but I spent a bit of time looking for a hairdresser. My ex-wife was a hairdresser.
I spent quite a lot of time looking for a barber that could do a beard really well. The amount of times I've had it where it's been bodged and doesn't look right and everything else, you go, well, okay, I'm not going back there again. Beauty of hair, it just grows out, but he does it. He's the best one I've found in the area for a beard.
We might need a before and after photo then. So who was it?
Yeah,
again?
maybe. The amazing barber in Kingsbury Square.
All right, maybe there we go. Might put that in the old title for you. Amazing barber. Yeah, before and after photo. Kingsbury Square. Kingsbury Square, isn't that? I'm just trying to think. That's the lower one, isn't it? Kingsbury? No, it's the big one. The top one. Kingsbury
the
Square.
one at the top. Yeah. Next, where the Kingsbury pub, I think, is next door, isn't it? The Kingsbury pub.
Oh, right. So, yeah, it's in those shops that inside, is it?
Yeah. No.
No, is he not?
Where that used to be, but he's along there, like Nationwide. I think he's next door to Nationwide, the Building Society.
There you go. Ellsbury Womble Richard explaining that, if you want to get your beard done, definitely if you want to get your beard done, amazing barber, Kingsbury Square, Ellsbury. There you go. Well, Richard, once again, it's been fabulous having you on. Keep me updated to everything that you're doing. If you need any help with the YouTube or pushing stuff out there, or maybe coming on another show at some point, would love to have you back. And once again, thank goodness those kittens are safe, and that your colleagues in I wouldn't say crime in slime, no, how in tidying up, literally found them in time. I mean, that was something I did want to talk about today, and I'm glad you came on about that. But I can't believe people are still throwing animals into a river, canal, or whatever as a form of getting rid of. It's disgusting. But hey, there we go. Hope anybody, if you're watching, if you're watching it on the replay as well, please do comment and like, and also subscribe to FBL. We're on YouTube. Actually, what are you on? You're on. We're on YouTube. Obviously, you're not at the moment. Twitter,
Facebook,
yep.
Instagram.
We do the same: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter as well. LinkedIn.
No.
No, I haven't. Do you know what? That's my next one, is to get into the LinkedIn. I'll probably do that in the new year.
No, just do those three. I do the Facebook, Pauline does Twitter, and Kerry does the Instagram.
I'll just do everything.
Oh, there we go.
But I'll get that done. But again, look, if I don't speak to you or see you, which I'm sure I will, have a good Christmas and a new year, and stay safe. Okay?
Same to you, mate. See you soon.
And let us know. Put your comments. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Like I said, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Do go back. Do look on the YouTube channel. Look at some of the stuff, especially with ISEC. Security, we had Civitas, we had obviously the eco stores, we had the Aylesbury Wombles, we had scientists warning Europe with Ed, Aylesbury Wombles obviously with Richard, and who was it? There was another couple as well. Just go on there and have a look. If you have a business or a volunteer group or charity, please get in contact. You can link in the description there, fill out our contact form, and we'll see what we can do, obviously, and how well we can help you promote your business, charity, or volunteer group. And we're here to help, as always. We live stream quite a lot of our stuff. FBL Broadcast is part of the Keneally Corporation. I'm Martin Keneally. I'm FBL Smiler. Find me on Instagram. Again, we're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram and YouTube. So, yeah, please follow us. We really do hope you've enjoyed the show and the shows. I would like to also thank Youth Concern and Aylesbury Town Mayor for coming on Monday as well, by the way. Just remember that one. And have a good Christmas and New Year. And please keep an eye on our content and what we're putting out there. And if there's anything you'd like us to cover, do let us know as well. So from me, hopefully the lockdown wasn't so bad for you. And remember, if you're looking for a rewrite of your CV, Civitas, Leah Lewis there can help you. There's links on all our videos there to point you in the right direction on where you need to do. And we wish you very well, and hopefully a very good, nice, safe Christmas. Bye-bye.